If you could be any Frenchie for a day, any Frenchie.
Trying to think who my favourite Frenchie is.
Mine's Leo from Leo Lulu.
Oh, nice. Mine... I like Tintin, but he's from Brussels.
Oh, God.
My favourite Frenchie rider would have to be Loic Bruni. Oh,
and here we go.
Every episode, so exciting. This is episode 46.
Yes.
Thanks for listening to The Ride Companion. And you're in for a banger today. I don't know why I said that, but it felt like the right thing to say at the beginning.
Bro, don't set the bar too high. We're only 18
Oh
seconds
my goodness, you are in for a banger today.
Maybe just say you're in for an average content creation thing today. It's going to be average. It's going to be average.
Mate, why is it going to be average? You know, we have very exciting stuff to talk about.
We do have exciting stuff to talk
everything
about.
is exciting at the minute, and it's just been a World Cup weekend. Dude, it's not an average. It's not an average week. Don't listen to Davey. It's like good. It's like good cop, bad cop, isn't it?
I'm just like trying to keep it like chill. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm
like fucking hyping it up. Make sure. But the thing is, dude. The thing is, right? If you're listening now, you know, and you're thinking, well, he says it's going to be good. It is going to be good, but you have to wait until the end. So you have to just keep listening. You have to just keep listening all the way to the end, because otherwise, otherwise it's you won't find out. And you might miss bits if you skip through it as well. It's a nightmare, really.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to listen to this one all the way.
You got 60 minutes of garbage to get through first, folks. But we'll get you there. Don't you go skipping.
Makes me think about Type 1 and Type 2 fun. Type 1 and Type 2. So, do you know what I mean by that? Me and George talk about it loads.
But I don't actually know what the actual, the things that make it Type 1 or Type 2.
Yeah, well, I think just like the way I think of it, I don't know if there's actually even any real definition for it. I think it's just a jokey thing. Not jokey thing, but just an approximate thing. But me and George talk about it all the time because she's a roadie and I'm a mountain biker. Mountain biking generally, I mean, obviously there's endurance mountain biking, which you would classify as Type 2, but mountain biking generally is like Type 1 shit, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like being on a trampoline, you know? You don't do endurance trampolining. It's Type 1, it's fun when you're doing it. You're in the moment doing it. It's super fun. Whereas Type 2 is like you get to the end and it's
right. Fun. That's kind of how I describe it without thinking about it. That's how
exactly. That's how.
Are there any Type 1 elements of road cycling? Please, I'd love to hear if anyone has a Type 1 element.
Yeah,
I
think so. I think descending's really fun. Yeah, I actually do think it's fun as well.
I don't know if I told you this on the last or the other episode, even before the last one.
Yeah,
I had a really good interaction with a roadie.
Did you?
I did it was a bank holiday and I did a really long walk and I walked to the point to go for a swim and I walked home.
Yeah.
When I was walking home, it's down a really long descent in the peaks and it's super long and actually quite steep. And I was walking down, and I was just chilling, and I could hear like a roadie coming down the hill. You know, you can hear like a getting faster and faster. Yeah, exactly. So I turned around and I gave it the. Honestly, dude, I was like race dad. I'm at the side of the course, on the grass, and I was going, yeah! And the guy found it hilarious, and he came past me going pretty damn fast, going, Ali, 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 Ali.
Wicked.
I love that shit, dude. Like I really make an effort when I see someone out on a road bike or running.
Yeah.
To like give them props. If I'm not doing it, I'll give them props though. Like someone ran past me the other day, and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, like have a great run, keep going, you're killing it."
It's good that.
I really like it,
mate. I've started like this is gonna sound really stupid, but in my head. Probably maybe because of the music I listen to, or maybe because of how I grew up. When you see a policeman, you're just like, fucking cops. You know what I mean? And I've turned that around in my adult life. I always wave to them, give them the thumbs up. Because I think,
you feel guilty
doing that job.
Like you do it and you're like, does he think I'm trying to like get him off the scent?
Yeah, probably a bit. I actually didn't tell you about the other day on the. God, this podcast is all over the place, isn't it? The other day when I was telling you about how much of a loser I was. Do you remember that on the podcast? It was like me telling you about, my car on fire and just this loser guy. I missed out a good part of the story, so I fixed up my motorcycle behind me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, fixed it up. It runs. It's brilliant. Hyped.
Okay.
Replaced all of the electrics, all of the fuel line, fuel tap, everything. It now runs. Anyway, so I've done all this work, hyped to get it going again, and hit the racetrack. I've pushed it over to the. It wasn't starting, so I've pushed it over to the petrol station near my house. Filled up the fuel tank. Obviously, it's like gravity fed, so you need a bit of fuel in there for it to piss fuel into the carb.
Yeah.
And I've started it up on the forecourt. I'm hyped. I'm there. I'm filming it. I'm filming me revving it. And then literally at that exact moment, whoop whoop woo! Fucking LAPD pull up. Rightly so, dude. There's a grown man. I'm a 36-year-old man on a children's motorcycle revving it outside a petrol station. Like, they should pull over. But I just thought, fuck, it's so typical. So typical that they pull up then.
What did he say?
No, well, he's just checking that I'm not going to ride it on the road or the pavement or anything. Rightly so, you would think that. How's he got it here? He doesn't know that I live down the road. He thinks I've just bombed across the common.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was so funny. It's like, all my cars are in the shop. I've got no way of getting around. I'm like, I'm going to get this mini bike sorted. I've got 5 minutes to play with. Oh, no. Shut down.
The very, very biggest fallout I've ever had with a parent was with my mum. And it was over a mini bike. It was almost a similar thing that I got into a really good routine because I used to go to school. When I came home, she didn't come home till about 5. I got home from school at, let's say 3:45, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd always go out on the mini bike over the fields, like every day. I'd be like, right, mini bike out quick before she gets home.
Yeah.
No helmet, all that sort of stuff. And I remember coming around this corner at the bottom of our road, and she was just stood there on the drive. And I came round on the CRF 50, and she was just like, I can't remember how it went, but basically I ended up not living there for a few weeks.
Oh, really? Yeah, it got bad.
It was bad, dude. Yeah, it was
Whoa.
bad. She did not like it at all. And fair, it's everything I hate about seeing bikes out like that, right? It gives everyone a bad name.
It used to be different, though, man. It did used to be different. I feel like it did used to be different. When I was younger,
you still couldn't go and bash footpaths, though.
No, and I used to. Me and Brendan used to do big missions. Me and Brendan and Christian. Fun. We used to do massive missions. We got caught. Yeah, we got caught, and then we had to have police over. I used to ride mine, dude. I used to ride mine to college. I used to do like, the daily commute. Yeah, I just swear there weren't as many people around, or maybe I was younger and I didn't care. But I think it was different. Something about the world was a bit different. There were just fewer people in the woods. No one cared as much. I was just I used to bomb into college, and then I'd pull up, and then obviously there's no like lock on it. But I could just park it, and it doesn't have a kickstand, but I'd park it head first in a hedge, and I'd just take the plug cap off, because I knew that none of the Tarquins that I went to college with would understand that a combustion engine needs a spark. Like, they wouldn't, they're not even going to try and steal it, because they're too privileged.
That's so funny. Our experience, I didn't do college. I remember being at, the last year of school, I guess, whatever that is. You're 16, 15, 16 or something.
Yeah.
And I used to... Every now and again, you'd ride a bike to school, and obviously, me and my friends were into bikes. We had probably decent-ish bikes, and every time something would get fucked with. You come out from your lesson, and it's got a big biro stuck in one of the tires.
Really, yeah.
Someone's let the tires down. Someone stole something. The seat's missing. It was just such a butt. It was just so shit. You couldn't do that. You couldn't express yourself, and that's the north-south divide right there, dude. That is the north-south divide. You wouldn't dream of riding a bike and not locking it up.
What, a motorcycle?
Yeah, never. Nah. I mean, I'm not even from a rough area, but it was still people would just fuck with your stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I only had jump bikes then, so it wasn't it was that period in my life. I think college was just a jump bike. I was sponoed right up for jump bike, but I used to keep it secret biking. I wouldn't have ridden it in, I don't think.
Yeah, like I said, there weren't many occasions I did it. It was other people really that I was way too precious about my stuff for anything like that. And similar, dude, I probably did keep it a bit of a secret as well, really. But I do remember riding in. I had a Planet X. I can't remember what Jack Flash, I think it was.
How weird is it that you used to have to keep it secret? It was literally because I didn't want girls to know I had a hobby, because it was a bit loserish, to have. Or I felt it was. I was embarrassed of it.
Yeah,
I spent that much time biking in the woods. It's just a bit I don't know what it was. When I was younger, I used to think like that, though.
No, same. I remember flexing, though, pretty hard doing Sheffield Supercross and being in an English lesson. And the teacher being like, oh, I guess it was, or maybe it was that thing before. I can't remember what it was called, where you'd all do like registration and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was that whole like, oh, what do you do at the weekend? You're like, oh, I race, motocross bikes inside Sheffield Arena, and it's like, oh,
that's pretty cool. I think
kind of cool.
I think motorcycles as well. We forget that it was a different time. Mountain biking wasn't really regarded as very cool. I mean,
no, not at all.
Still arguably not very cool, but like it is
cool,
certainly more mainstream.
Yeah.
It's more like people know what it is. There's stuff that people talk about. People like Danny Mac are famous, and YouTubers are famous, so people know who people are, I guess. On the note of stuff getting stolen, my mother sent a topic for the podcast, and it is
awesome.
It is actually topical because of the World Cup. Nina Hoffmann of Germany in the women's elite final yesterday down. I don't know if it has anything to do with Nina Hoffmann, actually, but it says police are seeking thieves who stole bikes worth 70 grand from the venue on Friday. So I guess one team got done. Did you see anything about? Was that who it was? Yeah,
it was the Union. Yeah, and obviously that one hit pretty hard, dude, because that's Bowman's team, Joe Bowman's privateer team. Privateer, I guess you call it privateer. It's like a filter team into the syndicate, I guess. So yeah, that one hit pretty hard, dude. Like we sponsor that team as part of Hook It.
Union. It's not Unia Tools, not Yuri.
Union as in.
Okay. I don't know this team.
Okay, so this is a team that Bowman set up in partnership with Santa Cruz, and obviously a few other sponsors as well. Which is sort of like some up and coming privateer sort of guys, and he gives them factory support outside of the syndicate.
So that's how bollocks. That sucks. Yeah,
I know. All the Union team ended up riding syndicate bikes, like borrowed bikes and this and that. But it sucks, dude. Like, how? I don't know. I've not spoke to Joe or anyone on that team for that matter. But like, I don't know how it even happened.
No.
How? I don't know. There's security there. I guess there should be. How does someone break into a tent and nick all those bikes and kit?
Tents are fucking easy to break into, aren't they, Doc?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're right. I don't know, man. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I'd like to know more of the story before commenting, really, because I'm gonna guess they're not like chill about leaving bikes everywhere. Like they're gonna lock them in vans, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And from what I saw on like one of the Instagram reels, there was a broken piece of metal. I don't know, could be a tent peg for all I know, but it looked like something had been like hacked away. So
right. Out the back of a van or something.
Sucks, dude. It sucks so hard that, like, especially Fort William, dude. It's like, it's not going to be locals, is it? You wouldn't have thought. And
I just have no idea.
Fort William's a long drive for anyone. Like, you've driven there.
I don't know what you do with those things. Yeah, I don't know what you do with those things because the way I understand bike theft is that it's like the person who steals it just gets fucking a couple of £100 for the bike. It's not like they're getting the full value. So it's just
I think it used to be like that, but I feel like it's a bit more organised these days. I really do.
Yeah, well, I still think it is. I think it is really organised, but I still think that they have people. I still think it always goes up in value as you go further in so the first person just wants to nick it and get it gone as quick as possible. They don't want to hold on to it and wait for more money and like that sort of shit. It's just like get it gone, it's hot, and then it goes to the next person who like handles it for a bit. Then maybe I don't even know what happens. But, I mean...
I really hope, obviously we have a decent amount of listeners to this now, so please share it if you haven't. Keep your eyes open, because you'd think that with the community, you're going to spot something. And that's always the weird thing about this shit. Like, these bikes get stolen, they're quite unique, aren't they? It's downhill bike. What else are you going to do with it?
No, absolutely,
You spot it if you see it on the streets. If you see it in the city, you're going to go, what the fuck? Like, why is that?
I mean, in all honesty, how many people really have downhill bikes in the UK? I know it's like the Formula One and mountain bikes.
Is there?
Don't see many people driving around Formula One cars. Yeah.
No, you don't. And a great segue. But fast, like expertly teed up right there.
Seamless segue.
But I don't know. I think everyone should, share it. Keep your eyes open for it, because that sucks, especially for a team that's doing it for all the right reasons. They're not a factory team. They're all it's on a budget. So
and it has worked. It worked with Dietz's bike, and it's worked with other people's bikes, and it worked with my Goodyear tyres, for instance. I mean, it has worked in the past. Like, it does help. It's amazing, and it's the one thing that really like brings everyone together.
Bring people together, innit?
It actually is. It's sad to say, but it is. Like,
sucks. I mean, also make sure your bikes are insured. We're not doing an ad read right now, but like seriously, make sure your bikes are insured, because that is, when you say that value of money, like 70,000, that's like
it's
significant.
a lot of money, isn't it?
Significant, and for the sake of a few quid every month. So check out Lacquer, if you haven't already. Not even a plug, just make sure your bikes are insured. It actually is important to do that.
Yep.
And I hate seeing when people have the bike stolen and they can't come out riding, they can't do this, they can't do
rubbish,
that. It's fucking shit. Anyway, get away from the negs.
Anyway, let's talk more about the World Cup. I think,
Please.
whilst we're here, don't you?
Yeah, we're on it.
I loved your message. Like, as soon as BK came in with P5, you were like, right, I need to get the clip up.
The clip was done fast too, man. The clip was fast. I saw it. I saw him in fifth, and I was like, my brain's going, I'm sure we mentioned that on the podcast. And dude, I don't know what we spoke about at the end of these.
No, I know.
I'm sure we have. I'm sure it was listener questions. And what was weird is I brought it up in the editing thing, and I just put my mouse where I thought it was, and it was you going, is he going to wear a fur coat? And I was like, nailed it. So yeah, I managed to get the clip out. Fuck, man, that's so sick to see him up there. I mean, must
really impressive.
I mean, again, I'm not like crazy history guy with Daniel, but it must be his best qualifying result.
I think so, I think so. He was pretty bummed. He ended up in 15th, which is, I think, I'll have to have a look. Yeah. I shouldn't say that without...
Yeah, I think it was around that. It was around that.
It was around that.
No, it wasn't 15th. Sorry.
16th.
16th, yeah.
16th. So, yeah, he ended up still good, but it was like he had a mechanical, and what can you do,
That track was throwing some chains off, eh?
Mate,
like
it was... One thing that was very difficult, so I watched from home, as did you, right? The live feed. So
I watched from home, mate, yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to tell what the rain was saying, what it was doing, what it was like, because it looked miserable. Up top, looked really miserable, but...
Yeah.
From previous years when I've been there, it's almost like it gets to a certain saturation and nothing really changes. You know what I mean? The track's just like hard packed rock or boardwalk.
Okay.
So the wind,
especially in that top section. Yeah. Okay.
The wind obviously plays a big factor, but otherwise, more water isn't going to necessarily mean, like in the woods, it makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
I think, dude, every time it cut to that camera angle, and it was just like blustery wind, and there's people stood there with like coats on. You're like, oh God,
yeah,
it doesn't look fun, but dude, it's crazy. I guess it just showed the elevation and the length of that course, because by the end of it, it looks not sunny, but like it was a lot nicer. That's for sure. Especially,
I mean, it's a long track, isn't it? 5 minutes or 4 minutes 40 or whatever. That's a lot. That's a long track, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is a long track. I loved the racing drone that they had. That was enjoyable.
That was really good. Yeah, I think the
that.
previous live stream racing drones they'd done had been a bit swoopy and funny, and they made you feel a bit sick. They were trying to whiz around, weren't they? Whereas on the motorway, it was perfect, just following them along. Yeah, wicked, wasn't it?
Yeah, I love watching people sort of like scrub, tuck, scrub. See
really some of the French tucks as well. The French tucks are...
They're like on the bars, like...
Yeah, the bars go in. Dude, that won't be an accident. They will have worked out that it's aerodynamically more efficient. I mean, I've always...
no doubt.
Yeah, they must do. They must do.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was anything in tucking in. I thought you created a pocket. I thought you had to have arms out wide.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Done a great deal of wind tunnel testing lately.
Have you not? We'll get around to it. Get the old fan on in the house.
Yeah, we'll get around to it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was good. It was cool to see him do that. Actually, I kind of like that moment, especially when the chains were dropped. It was like interesting to watch people try and just keep momentum going. And it did look like that was, again, obviously like downhill is like it was a momentum course. Like as soon as you lost that momentum, I guess it's hard to get going on there. Anywhere.
You've got to be so tough, haven't you? Because you're not going to have a run where you don't make one mistake. And I think that would just be on a 5-minute track. I'd just be like, oh, I slipped front there. I reckon I lost some time.
Yeah.
My motivation would just be like, it'd be so hard to just stay present and up for it and like hitting your lines when you fucked up previously. But then that's probably why I'm not a racer. Yeah.
No, you're right though, dude, and it is that is where with the downhill stuff, that's where the head game really comes into play. Especially like right at the start of the track, there was a sort of some like a rock garden with a hole at the bottom of it. And a few people were like really like having a jarry sort of like getting the front wheel in there and just almost washing out. And it was like, even that, you just off. You're like, oh my God, okay, reset, keep going. It's pretty. It is impressive, dude. It's super impressive. And was it Cade's run with the Serino Anders?
Yeah, Cade took a massive stack, didn't he? And he somehow just gets up. He's so gnarly. Kate.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that even how Warner and Claudia were like, right, here we go.
Imagine how many people at home were just like, right, here we go. I was half expecting a flip. I thought we might end up seeing, but imagine how told off you'd get if you hurt yourself doing a flip and 4 million.
True. Yeah. Maybe not by the organisers, but maybe by the team for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You threw away your season.
He done that like massive wall ride on the Oakley wall ride thing, and then it was the suicide no hander down the Scotland jump. That was
lands
so sick.
unclips for the 2 foot can. Dude, he's the most exciting. For me, he's like the thing that gets me hyped about mountain biking the most. I think.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminded me of, and we've not had this in the sport for a minute, I don't think. But it reminded me of the old sort of like Travis Pastrana racing motocross days.
It's sick, isn't it? Yeah.
Where as soon as he was out front or something, you were like, right, here we go. Like, we're going to see tricks, we're going to see a flip or just something ridiculous. And yes, I love that. And I think like, I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, me too. I think what I like about Cade is that I feel like probably today, it's a Monday today, right? We record on a Monday. Whether it's a Tuesday or a Wednesday, he's probably done a bar spin or gone really... you know what I mean? I think that's so rad about him, and it comes across as like authentic, and his whole crew, and well cool. Makes me pumped to be British as well.
Yeah, it's sick. Yeah, it was super good. And it was overall, dude, like a good race. I mean, we see... Nina obviously win the women's, which was amazing. I think that would be her first win, I believe.
Yeah, I think so, right? And then
definitely first win aboard the Santa Cruz Syndicate bike.
Cammy in second, so she's leading the overall.
Yes, she's leading the
very
overall.
consistent. I'm impressed.
We should probably look at our pink bike teams. I totally forgot that we had a fantasy league.
We've got pink bike teams, I
totally forgot.
So can we?
Maybe we should throw a little prize out for someone whoever won this last race.
Right, how do we...
we can do that for sure.
I've got to log in.
I'm so nightmare. Sorry.
Logging in is my nightmare, dude. Oh, email
probably should have...
Fucking hell, man.
What is the...
Let's try this.
You ready for me to sound like a total idiot?
Yeah.
Is the Italian flag green, white, red?
In some kind of order, yeah. Couldn't tell you, I'm afraid.
I think we've got an Italian winner of the Fort William round.
But does it do it just of each round or what?
So we've got an overall, and then we've got a round one, that was won by Seb 77777, who won a Brendan Fairclough jersey, which he may or may not have had yet. We will search that out.
Yeah, I have it here. It's not from Bren giving it to us either. Okay. Sorry, dude.
All right, Seb, we'll get you your jersey, man. Don't worry. There's a slight gap. And then the second round winner was Sakisk on that's his pink bike name. And he won. He was our winner. 812 points.
How do I go on the fantasy league? I don't know how to use these things. This is terrible, isn't it?
Okay, I can show you. I can give you a route if you want. So you just go on, click Fantasy on the top left.
Fantasy, DH.
Yep. And then it's going to bring up...
Global, top 10.
Yeah. No, you want to click the Ride Companion.
Where is that?
Oh, are you logged in as you or not?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Oh, well, I can see the Ride Companion league, but that might be because it's my league and you're just in it.
Yeah, maybe,
If that makes sense, you know? We've got nearly 1,000 people in our league.
That's so good. Why is it only showing? I want to be in our league. I don't want to be in this league.
Oh, click on your name, like on your.
Ollie Wilkins.
And then it's going to show you on the right hand side joined leagues. You've got Global and Ride Companion.
Nah, don't say that.
Have you not?
Profile. Do I click on my profile? This is what it's like, Benny. When Benny watches me do something like this.
Yeah, this is what it's like having an old person doing this podcast.
Yeah, it's all good, really man. Difficult.
Don't worry. We've got Sakisk is our winner.
I didn't win basically, so.
No, you're miles out of it. I'm in 657th.
Where am I? I only care about yours and my results in terms of this podcast. I want to beat you, dude.
Okay, all right. We'll come back. We'll
You're gonna
find
have to
out.
search through the archive.
Yeah. It's tough to find who's in the league and like find where you are on it.
Yeah.
It's really difficult.
What can you do?
You're not in the top 100. Let's put it that way.
Cheers, dude. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
It was a good race. Also, it just ended up. I was so excited for Laurie as well. Obviously, my race was dominated by Bernard being fifth last down the hill. And as soon as he had his mechanical, I was just like, "Go on, Laurie!" You know, because it's just such dominance. Otherwise, like how many of the let's have a look. How many?
It was a French 1-2, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we got Matt Walker as well up there.
Yeah, so we had we had
it is
Amory.
France versus UK right now.
It is in the top 5. It is, yeah. In the top 6.
Yeah,
Top 6. Yeah. So you've got. So it was Amory. I guess people already know this, but Amory Perron 1, and then you've got Thibault Deprella second, French, both commensal bikes, which is pretty cool for them.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly, isn't it?
And then you had Laurie.
Yeah.
Laurie, and then another commensal, different team, but another commensal.
Yeah. That
Those commensals are working, man.
Yeah, they're doing something right, aren't they?
I thought Greg, man, when I don't know, he looked super smooth. He looked like everything was clicking for him, and I just thought, I thought Greg was going to pull that one out of the bag. I really did.
Yeah,
I went for Danny Hart. I just did. I just thought he's just, I know he'd been living up there for a minute, just riding the track a lot, and I thought, I don't know, you just see Danny pulling that one out of the bag, but.
Right, let's just look at the time. So, okay, let's go. Where should we? So, Danny is 4.3 seconds back. So that is right. Ready, steady, go. Okay, so this is the difference. Stop. It's not very long over a 5-minute long track, is it?
With so many variables.
Yeah, it's just mental that Danny is in 8th and he's 4.3 seconds back. Like, it is just shocking how tight the times are. So 10 seconds we've got. At 10 seconds, we're down to 20th place. Over a 5-minute long track. That's fucking crazy, isn't it?
How many seconds do you think, be honest, you're going to finish? You're going to finish.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not qualifying, my friend. I'm not qualifying. I'm not stupid enough to think I'm qualifying.
I'm not saying you're qualifying. I'm asking you for seconds.
Oh, seconds. Okay, yeah. I don't know. Because, on a trail bike, it's going to be harder.
Yeah.
But I actually honestly have not a clue, and I ride with a lot of these guys. Like we, and ride like behind them on their downhill bikes doing race laps. And I'm not keeping up, obviously. But it's really hard to picture when you only ride like 1 minute long tracks. It's really hard to picture that speed difference, like sort of adding up over a period of time on a longer track.
Yeah,
it's quite hard to imagine because if you can still see them. You can still taste blood, You're still like, fucking, I've got a chance here. But
yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. Long way back, dude. Long way back. I don't know what. I actually have never even experienced a modern downhill bike. Really, when you think about it, I don't even know what it's like. So I can't really comment. But I thoroughly enjoy watching and
great race. Enjoyed
biking.
it. Lovely just to sit at home. I had a pretty good Sunday, really. Went out for a long run on Sunday morning, got some miles in on the old pins,
Good man.
Which was nice, enjoyable. Got a little bit lost as usual, but other than that, it was golden. And then just spent the afternoon, just hanging out, chilling, watched the race. It was good. It's a nice way of watching it, let's be honest, especially when the coverage is that good.
Coverage is good, isn't it?
Coverage is
bloody hell.
Good,
Warner had me like for Laurie's run. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
Warner had it was me, Jacob, and George watching from my house, and we were het up, edge of seat stuff. It was wicked. Yeah, it was really good. There were other standout things I wrote down here. I wrote Nina Hoffman. I can't remember what was. Obviously, she won. Cathro.
Yes.
Ben Cathro was up there.
Great finish. Was he like 25th or something?
Yeah, and he qualied even higher, didn't he?
He did. Yeah. Where did he finish
Ben Cathro in 24th. Ben Cathro in 24th, and I think he qualified in 15th, which is it's so impressive because he's not a full-time racer anymore. Whatever that means, he's still a fucking mega fast downhill rider, and particularly someone who's ridden that track enough times, hasn't he? But yeah,
Did you notice Conor Fearon on the trail bike?
What?
Conor Fearon rode a Forbidden. They don't make a downhill bike, so he rode basically a trail bike with some Triple Crown forks on, I believe.
Did he?
He did, yeah.
And flat pedals, and came 18th.
Yes, correct.
So where's that bike then? Is there a story on that? So what is that? 170 mil travel or what?
I'm not entirely sure what it is. Let's find out, man, because that's interesting, eh?
That is interesting because to
that is
me,
interesting.
I know the motorway you can make up some time, and on maybe the start bit you can maybe make up some time, but otherwise it's a punishing physical track. It's not really like a great deal of fun on a trail bike. I've done it on a Focus Jam, and it was quite a lot.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Arguably a little bit too much, but
true. Yeah, I did it on an enduro bike with a dual crown fork with flat pedals.
Mate,
that's a fucking.
What's he doing then? He's just trying to like pick the worst bike. What else did he do? Did he have a 26-inch front wheel? Anything else? A spike on a seat post?
Yeah.
He did it with a front flat.
Yeah, he had 690 bars. He just threw everything at it. Gnarly, yeah.
Wow.
Shout out, yeah, Connor.
It worked.
He went out.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
What other standout results did we have? Okay, I had other standout things. I thought Luke Williamson, Ethan Craig, are just ute them from around here. And then when I see him on TV, I'm like, huh.
Yeah,
well, would you look at that?
Your way, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, they're like dudes that I see about biking. And
amazing.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm not sure we've got. There seems to be okay, right. Correct me, folks, if I'm wrong. Here we go. Going to make myself look stupid. We've got quite a few Southerners. We've got a lot of Scottish riders. Not much going on in the Midlands these days.
Midlands. Let's have a look.
I can't think of anyone that's jumping out at me that's a Midlands guy from the UK. I really can't. I mean, you've got Keswick.
Oh, Charlie
Hatton.
Charlie Hatton actually had an insane standout qualifier, and we haven't mentioned him yet. That's Forrester Dean. That's not Midlands, but
Forrester Dean.
Well worth a big old mention because he's a top chap, and yeah, that's a massive result. He's obviously in really good form.
Yep. You've got Wynn, obviously. Not Wynn, sorry. You've got Keswick, Kestrel, Danny Hart. You know, again, we're talking north, really. Like, as soon as you get up near Newcastle, to me, that's like north.
Yeah.
Not much going on in the Midlands, and I'm sorry if I've missed someone out, but, you know, obviously with Petey not around, holding it down for Sheffield, I'm trying to think who else we might have got from around this way. It's nothing. Cade, Wales?
Yeah. I'm just looking through as well. It is interesting. I mean, I'm a little bit off the back in terms of like other countries, ute them or young bloods from other countries. I don't actually know.
It's not another country, you know, the North. Just
no, I mean, I mean other countries as well. I mean, obviously we have quite an international listener base, so I was just trying to see any other standout results, you know, from other countries, but yeah,
maybe there's something in this, you know. Maybe there's something in this. Maybe we can, you know, we've been looking at doing the talent search for a minute, but maybe we can help someone out, like Winston with his travel, something like that. Maybe there's something there.
Very cool. Yeah. Let's discuss it at some point. Yeah, it would be cool. What Win and Win and Eddie were people actually, whilst we're on that subject, Win and Eddie were.
Yeah.
I thought how cool it would be to have a brother and you're both out there battling through Scottish, especially. You're from the other side of the world. You both find yourself in Scotland,
just travelling.
Mate, it's wicked. What lives they've lived, and they're brilliant blokes as well, aren't they? They're well funny. So that was cool. We've actually missed out on a massive happening from the weekend.
All right.
A regular on the podcast.
Oh God.
And one of my favourites. John Boy. The Rascal Jones decided to have a pop at Four Cross, which is, you know, actually where he began his biking career. And managed to pull off quite the result, didn't he?
He did indeed, man. He did indeed manage to pull off quite a result. A hell of a result, really. Like a third place against the world's best.
What a people's champ. It's brilliant. It's so good. I love Four Cross, actually. And Four Cross to watch is so exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is, dude. Again, for me, it's like elbows up racing. It's like takeouts, T-bones, like being able to smell blood, being able to feel someone behind you, all that stuff to me is real racing. And that's, we've spoken about it a million times, I don't need to go over it. But if I was to say, okay, let's say you go, right, you got to go with foot, William, you got to race one discipline, I'm always going to go four cross just because it's just what I enjoy. Like, that's my sort of vibe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it's so sick that he's gone up there and done that.
Yeah,
he didn't try the downhill at all, I don't think, right? Didn't even...
I don't know if it's like points or what the deal is with that.
Right.
But yeah.
But the hot topic, really, with Jono.
Yeah.
The Hellfare pants, man, are tight. We've spoke about tight race pants.
He's shoehorned the hog in there for the podium.
He's got in there, hasn't he? He's got in there. He's gone aerodynamic. Some might say skin suit.
Yeah, it's hard to miss the hog.
The hog's out there, isn't it? The hog was also on the podium with him.
Yeah.
he's got the hog on the podium.
The scorpion tail.
He's got he's got a phone in his pocket and the fucking hog out the front. Like, what a boy. Is that not the best Hellfare advert ever?
Yeah.
It's so good.
It really was. He's a good energy, isn't he? He's brilliant for the sport. I love seeing him do good.
Yeah,
he's the man.
For sure.
So yeah,
and
well
also
done, Jono.
confirmed for Freedom Ride. Jono will be at Freedom Ride with us. Spoke to him today about that, so that's going to be fun. So there you go.
Brilliant.
Yeah, dude, great result for Jono. Love seeing it. Did you watch it or no?
No, I didn't. There was a funny Facebook Live link or something, wasn't there? Yeah,
I didn't see it either.
didn't. I was gutted to miss it, but I couldn't find it, and I just
I found it, but then I went on it and I was like, I don't use Facebook anymore, really, anyway, and the whole thing was just confusing. And the video didn't appear, so I just gave up.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, super good. If that was broadcast though, I'm telling you that's the ticket right there.
Some of the most hyped things, some of the most hyped races I've ever seen have been four cross. Seeing like Dan Atherton back in the day used to have his own lines, and he'd have a shit gate, and then he'd like pick his way back. He'd have these mental lines into different turns and stuff. It's just the best, man, to watch.
Yeah.
Four cross is quite something. Shame, isn't it? It's a shame that it's I feel like it's so funny. Mountain biking is it's so like tribal and weird. It's like so split down into these different categories. Ultimately, it's a lot closer. Really, all of it's a lot more the same than we just have this habit of like
it should
pushing
be that you have.
apart.
The race weekend should have a bit of everything. It should be a downhill, a cross country, a dual slalom, for example, and a four cross or something like that. Trials even going on, like all those different disciplines. I know it's difficult, obviously, with where you're going to put it and all the timing and stuff like that. But
I think in general, just like sports have their golden years, and the golden years are like when it almost isn't refined to be the most efficient and fast, in a way.
Okay.
So when you watch like one of these like a win these days, it's a very tidy thing, isn't it? It's not people like blowing up turns and crazy dust and like madness like it used to be. It's really like laser precise. Same as slopestyle. Slopestyle's a great example.
Yeah,
like robots
true.
now, eh?
Yeah, just so dialed and perfected. Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, it's true.
Like a sport loses its like human, like the thing that you can relate to about it. Maybe I don't know.
I think it's the same with Supercross, dude. Like you watch Jason Anderson click off main event laps in a main event. It's perfect. Yeah, there's not many moments where you're like, oh, it's like it's dialed. And you watch someone a few places back, and that's a different experience. They are hanging off the back of it a little bit, maybe the sideways casing stuff.
Part of me loves it. Part of me loves it that they can dial it in that much, but also part of me misses a little bit of imperfection. You know what I mean? Yeah,
you don't know how it's going to finish out if someone gets in the lead.
Yeah,
it's true.
Anyway, that was a good bit of bike chat, dude. We don't normally do the bike chat. We come out steaming hot, killing it with a bike chat.
It's almost like a bike podcast then, wasn't it?
It is indeed.
You got a dick joke for us?
We have another thing to talk about. One
days. Ollie, this is one of my favourite sponsors, dude. And the sun is starting to shine again. It's time to get our days back. We have had to make our way through the cold and dreary UK months. Winter has been rough, but the days are getting longer, the sun is starting to shine, and it's time for some dry conditions. Ollie, what are you going to do with your days this year?
I tell you what, I want to be out riding as much as I can. I want to be enjoying the sun. I want to be.
All good.
I can go on. You know what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
The thing that I don't want to be doing is wasting time. I don't want to waste any of these special days in bed, hungover, and not making the most of each moment.
No, you do not want that, dude. And that's why we have partnered once again with our favourite non-alcoholic beverage and the legends at Days Brewing. Days makes beer for doing. There's nothing better than a cold one at the end of a long day out riding and doing fun stuff. But sometimes you don't want to feel the effects of alcohol. You don't want to be a little bit woozy on the way home. And you just want to have a nice cold, refreshing beverage. Days is 100% alcohol free. That is right. 0.0% alcohol. Not even a goddamn trace in there, Ollie. Days is naturally double fermented to create a balanced flavour with an incredible aroma. Have a smell. There you go. Days is made of only natural ingredients. It's plant-based, so it's ideal for the vegan members, and it's brewed in Scotland using locally sourced water and ingredients. Days also gives 2% of all sales to organisations that empower fresh thinking towards mental health, which mirrors the duty that alcohol companies pay the government as tax. Oh, and there's also the fact Days are a B corporation, which means they are legit. So, Ollie, here's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to come in swinging. We're going to give the podcast family 15% off all Days beers.
That's good.
Right. Innit? That's a deal.
That is really good.
It's a deal.
It is a deal. All they've got to do is head over to daysbrewing.com, select a few beers. I personally recommend the taster pack or the mixed pack, because then you get to decide for yourself.
Yeah.
They've then got to enter the code TRC Days. That's TRC Days.
Correct. TRC Days.
That's right. And that will get you your 15% off, and they'll arrive at your door, and you will be happy.
And not thirsty.
Not thirsty.
Win-win.
Just happy. Win-win. And not hungover. Just happy.
Cheers, Days.
Cheers, Days.
Please.
And actually, can I say, first of all, that was so cool that that's happened because of the podcast. It's so cool we got the opportunity to...
Oh, dude.
We were given the opportunity to visit Red Bull Formula One headquarters. And what a visit it was.
So good. It was so good. I mean, yeah, massive shout out to... we could say it's a guy called Mark. I like to try and... We don't name too much on this, but massive shout out to a guy called Mark, who's also listens to the podcast and just hooked it up with this. It felt like money can't buy tour around the F1 at Red Bull F1 facility. I think we had a funny discussion before going in, and you were like, "Is this going to be like a Mickey Mouse sort of looking at shit from afar?" Here's where we do stuff. Behind this door is where we do all this cool shit, and not see anything.
And when we turned up,
we were there.
Yeah, when we turned up, there's a merch store, and I was thinking, what is this going to be? Is this just going to be like you go in a big clean room and look at a Formula One car and then you go and buy some jerseys? No, it was not.
Is it like exit through the gift shop?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nah, dude, so cool.
No, dude.
I mean, even just pulling up was mind blowing to me. That a Formula One team, which is essentially a team that tries to make a car go as quick as it can around a circuit, it's bigger than any company headquarters I've been to before. It's vast. Sure. I didn't realise. I knew it wasn't going to be a garage industry. I knew it wasn't going to be like a shitty workshop. But I did not think it was going to be that massive. There's 1,200 people who work there. Hey, but I want honest response here. Was I annoying how many questions I asked?
I liked it. No, not at all. No, not at all. I enjoyed the questions. I enjoyed the questions because, and I think massive shout out to the lady who, I can't remember her name, who gave us that tour because she knew her shit. And she wasn't like what was really cool, she wasn't like a tour guide almost. She worked there. She was part of the commercial side of Red Bull Racing. So she sold sponsorship is what she said she did.
Yeah.
And she does all those jobs. So she was giving us this tour actually from a perspective of someone who works there, who understands every element of what went into that car. And that was fascinating to me, dude. Because who asked the question and she didn't know the answer?
Yeah, no one. Yeah.
no one. Like she knew everything.
She knew everything.
That was really cool.
She did a good job.
That was really cool.
Yeah, and
really,
she wasn't
really
like
cool.
a pointy, huge salesperson either. She wasn't trying. I suppose you don't really even have to try though. It's so mind-blowingly ridiculous, isn't it? Okay, so my highlight of the tour was we got to go into, basically it looks like the NASA headquarters. There's all the screens up the front, and then there's like how would you explain it? Like an amphitheater of seats.
Great description. Amphitheater of seats, yeah. And what was actually, I don't know if you're going to mention this, I believe they said Europe's largest TV screen in front of
Oh yeah,
them.
it was. They had to knock down part of the building to get it in. Yeah,
to get it in.
Yeah,
which already is like just insane to me that happened. But anyway, yeah. So there's levels of like an amphitheater of people sat looking at one big screen, and they've each got screens in front of them.
Yeah, and we've
got a photo which I shouldn't have taken.
Did you?
Yeah, I'll send it you.
Well, you can't. You should have kept that secret, and that's on the podcast. Mark's going to be pissed at you, dude.
He saw me take it, and he was like, "You shouldn't." I didn't know. I was just like, "Oh, that's cool."
So we were there during practice as well. I felt like the stars aligned. This was we were really, really lucky to be. I think we were super lucky to be there during practice because we had live radio connection to Verstappen. Well, obviously we couldn't say anything to him, but he could see. What I mean is we could hear him giving his feedback on the car as he was doing it, which was mind blowing to me. That's so cool.
It's fascinating,
isn't it,
dude? The whole thing was so overwhelmingly cool and interesting that I mean, I'm not a Formula One fan. That's a fact. I mean, I'm not, and I wasn't going into it, and I was very honest about that. Like, I didn't really know who drove for Red Bull. Obviously, I can watch it and appreciate it, but going in there and seeing that, it does make you more of a fan for sure. I mean, I've watched the race today, I watched it yesterday actually. You have got a water bottle. I'm in. I'm in.
Did you drink from it? Did you put the cap
to the
on?
party?
Did you? Did you do full works? Good man, good on you.
Dude, I built a podium in the garden.
Did you?
Nah, dude, but
did you do like we won when he won? Were you like, yes, we did it?
Yeah, we did it. And I'm like telling Emma, I'm like, yeah, well, what they did is they like adjusted the DRS and.
But yeah, we saw everything that we saw how they tested. What was your highlight?
Okay, I think we're just going to run through it in my head because it was almost too overwhelming at times because the money that's involved is obviously staggering.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a slightly weird one, which was my highlight actually, but I looked at it from a different perspective. I liked the how do you put it? Nothing was missed on that tour. Like, everything was branded.
Yeah.
They didn't miss a single... The only thing, genuinely, that I saw that wasn't a branded thing was a Hoover.
Yeah.
Everything else...
And that was only one Hoover?
And there was only one Hoover.
Yeah.
But everything was branded to perfection. Like, they do not miss anything.
There's
and
no
I love
dirt
that.
in there either.
No dirt, yeah, true. No dirt in there at all. I went to the toilet, I used the hand sanitizer thing. It's got a Red Bull Racing logo on it. Of course it has. It's chrome, it's polished, it's beautiful. You almost want to take a photo of it. Like, every single thing. I loved how uniformed it is. Yeah. Like, everyone wore the same shit. Obviously, you'll have noticed that. Everyone had a blue fleece, blue trousers, red Puma shoes, which is obviously, same as the bottle. Everyone looked like that. Yeah. Everyone was dressed the same. So just the overwhelming attention to detail was something that I found fascinating.
Yeah,
Door handles,
right.
Red Bull logo on.
Yeah,
the whole thing
right.
was
It was
just
really
like
crazy, wasn't it? Yeah,
really crazy. Yeah. So that was a big highlight for me. And I think also, I mean, obviously you come away with the feeling that money is it's not even a thing. It's not even a consideration. I very much doubt they've ever gone, we can't really afford to do that.
There's no real penny pinching, is there? I agree, yeah.
No, it's everything's done above and beyond perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, and you realise that they're actually just, if there is a problem, an engineering problem, then they can just work it out and do it there, which is bizarre. Yeah. I don't know why I just didn't expect it to be so big, I think. I appreciate a lot of work.
And we didn't go in some of it.
No,
we didn't go in like the gym.
Most of it we didn't,
true.
Really.
Most of it, yeah. They were just building a power plant, weren't they? Like Red Bull powertrain to make their own engines, which we saw from a distance, I guess. I don't know. They were building something.
Yeah, so they... I loved how I mean, you could put your hands on the steering wheel and feel what it's like to change gear. That to me is so cool. And then they had the gearbox. They had cutaways of the gearbox, and you could like spin it round. We saw the wheel nuts. How much did they say each of the wheel nuts cost to make? It was
mind-blowingly expensive, whatever.
Yeah, the wheel nuts. You literally,
and they only use it once.
Yeah, you pick up the wheel nut. It feels like a piece of like, it's like something. It's like a high quality piece of like something that you put on a drain. You know, it's like all cut away and everything. And then they told me I couldn't even guess it was a wheel nut. That's how crazy the wheel nuts were. Yeah, and I'm not actually that stupid. I try and pay attention, and I couldn't have even guessed it. It's bizarre. And then we went in that 3D printing.
That was
thing.
cool.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
So 4 machines.
Again, this is the thing. 4 machines. So you don't just have one 3D printer. Why would you do that? No, you've got 4, and all of them have got, what did you say, £60,000 worth of resin in it. So already you're at £250,000 in one little box room.
Yeah.
With no lights on. Like, it's just like, it's mind blowing, mate. It's mind blowing. And what I liked about it was, like, on that tour, how she obviously had a lot of inside information. She was talking about how anyone who does go out there from the team takes a bit of hand luggage. So you often wonder, like, how did they get that part there so quickly? It's like, right, if someone's flying out to wherever, they take a piece of the car with them as like a backup. Oh, also what I enjoyed finding out more about was how every garage is uniformed at every racetrack the same, and that there's 5 of those things around the world. So there's 5. What did she say? There was 30 lorries that they had, something like that all travel the world, that are all going to different locations, and that
like the logistics of it all are just insane.
The logistics are fascinating, aren't they? Like how every single workshop garage thing is exactly the same wherever they go, the same size, the same. They even go in and paint the floor the same. Like everything is. And then
we went into the practice area where they did the pit stops. Oh, dude, I've just realised this whole segment is just like 2 children telling their mum what they saw at Disneyland. That's literally what it's like, wasn't it? Oh, and then I did this, and then I did that. It was really, really cool. It was really cool to see. I guess, to be honest, that is the pinnacle of engineering, isn't it? That is if you're talking about just race teams, full stop. Yeah. That is the headquarters of the fastest team in the world, really, isn't it? It shouldn't be surprising that it is that incredible.
No, but I think, one of the questions I asked the lady who was kind enough to do as the tour was that, for me, it has lost a bit of something. I love how the olden day race cars were like man versus machine, and there were so many variables. And then you come away from that experience just thinking, like, A, how can they lose ever with that facility? And nothing's down to chance. But then you watch the race and the DRS doesn't work, and you go, that doesn't work. Like that can't even be a thing, because it's tested so much and it's made by hand in a facility, and then it's
nuts, isn't it?
Nuts. It is. I mean, I know that they're pushing those cars obviously to the absolute limits, but it's still, for me, you come away from that experience like, how did they ever lose? Mate, they can't lose.
Imagine the DRS investigation going on right now in that facility. After going there, it makes you realise. Yeah.
And knowing that every individual part has got a barcode on it, so they can trace it back to whoever made that part. That's dope.
It's tough.
Really cool.
You'd be shitting yourself, wouldn't you? You were just like checking Instagram, making this boring part. It's literally just a pneumatic ram. You're like, so boring. Oh, get me back on the bloody engine. This is boring. It only does one thing.
Yeah. And he didn't even do that.
Fucking.
So yeah, dude, fascinating. Loved it. Great day, man. We went riding in the morning. We went to a place near Woburn, didn't we? Box Hill or something like that.
Did a little Brick
Hill.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Could be anything.
Somewhere with a load of bees in it.
Could be anything.
Anywhere.
No, it was a really good day, wasn't it? Top day out, top podcast day out, and giant thanks to Mark and Red Bull. What's the team? What's the full team name?
Red Bull Oracle Racing. Is it Oracle Red Bull Racing?
Oracle Red Bull. Big thanks to Oracle Red Bull Racing for having us along. And thanks.
And I think the question that everyone will ask. Yeah, thank you for the water bottle. And what I found fascinating as well, actually, was if you wanted your logo on that car, the price of that was started at £4 million.
Yeah.
For a logo.
And that'd be a shitter. $4 million would be, I reckon that'd be a tiny little one down
underneath the car.
Yeah. in case of a crash. That'd be a good gamble, actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would actually. Just hope it goes upside down.
Full
so you can
underbelly
get a
one.
deal on the bottom.
Yeah. Just in case. The probability's not good, but if it does kick off, you're going to get good. What could it be? It could be an insurance company, couldn't it, underneath?
Yeah, that's cool, man. Cars underneath like lacquer. Churchill or something.
It's just flipping in slow-mo. Yeah, Churchill direct.
That's funny. The underbelly of a car.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny.
Dude, your t-shirt's looking good. I wanted to compliment you on your t-shirt.
Thanks, dude. I feel like this tee and hat combo is really like legit. I feel I've been wearing this today around the house, and I feel like an absolute G, to be honest.
Yeah, you look it. So, you do look it.
So last time, dude, we did a merch drop.
Yeah.
We waited until a specific time, and then everyone hit the website at the same time.
Right.
Which was great. But I think rather than doing that this time, how about we just say teas are available now? So if you listen to this now, teas are available now.
Yeah, I like it.
So that way we're not doing any, drumming up, and we've added something a little extra, haven't we? Should we talk about that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm excited about this. Yeah,
this is cool.
I couldn't be more excited about this, to be honest.
Here's one I made earlier. Yeah. So you can tell me a little bit about this, because it's something you wanted to do more, not more, but like you want to work on this. You wanted to come up with it.
Oh, a long time, and we've been. Yeah, there we go. We got Ride Companion coffee. That's right, folks. We got Ride coffee, or it's not coffee. What have I put on the packaging?
So this is coffee-flavoured energy drink made from real coffee.
Yes, so it's actually an energy drink. So we don't... Oh, we can say we've got an energy drink company now.
Yeah, we can have a race car one day too.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, our coffee is actually... we spent a long time getting the right coffee from the right people, didn't we? And we're hyped to now have it released. Is that going to be launched right now as well with the merch?
Get it. Oh. Go get it. This is the perfect pre-ride roast. We've called it pre-ride. This stuff is basically all our favourite flavours into this little bag.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. Like it tastes like success, man. You hit this thing up in the morning, the perfect pre-ride roast. You hit it in the morning and you're ready to ride a bike. You're ready to get after it. Even if you have it at night, then you could use it for that kind of riding if you want to.
Oh, dude, you went there. Oh, yeah, that was nice. Yeah,
this is the perfect pre-ride roast. Yeah,
it is brilliant.
A little bit of vanilla in there, I like. A little bit of cherry. Really nice and strong, dude. It gets you going, that thing. It gets you fired the fuck up.
Hyped, dude. I actually haven't seen it since it's got the packaging on. I've just I've tried it obviously as a coffee, but I haven't seen the packaging. I
went for the black bags. Nice little logo on there. Pre-ride roast. Yeah, coffee-flavoured energy drink made from real coffee.
Do you know...
We're doing it in espresso grind only, so it's easy for the cafetiere, easy for your coffee machine. And I think we're a very competitive price. I mean, I don't know how many cups you get out of that, but it's way over 20.
Yeah.
Which is a bargain, really, when you think that you go to Starbucks and they charge you like £3.50 for a
it's true.
Medium,
Davey,
small
tell
coffee.
Them what the price is.
I mean?
Tell them what the price is, dog.
I mean, we're going to go for a solid £9.99.
Yeah, dude.
Which is an absolute bargain.
That is
it
a
might
steal.
Not be. By the time this goes out, it might have gone up a little bit because I feel like we're underselling ourselves.
Yeah. All right, rewind. Yeah. Davey, tell him what the price is going to be, dude.
It's a bargain, dude. It's going to be
$10.99. End up selling it at a loss. What Beavis and Butthead do business, dude. Honestly.
Dude, we just want to make nice coffee and wear nice t-shirts.
I'm actually hyped. I didn't have a coffee today. I had a headache. I was shooting video with Jacob Gibbons in the woods on my e-bike, and I had a headache, and it made me realise I'm actually addicted to coffee, and I can't help
tough,
it.
Innit?
It's good addiction, though, isn't it?
It's not bad.
Like chemical addiction.
I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah, I'm into it.
It's good.
I'm the same. As soon as it gets to like 10 a.m, if I've not had a coffee, I feel lethargic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where the pre-ride roast is going to come in, dude, because it's great to have a coffee before you go out bicycling, isn't it?
Ah, yeah.
So, yeah, there you go, folks. Teas are live on the website. Coffee's live on the website. We've got a few long-sleeve teas available still, too. We've actually had a couple of returns come back, so there might be your size in there if you are a medium or a large, actually. We had a few returns. Unfortunately, got stuck at customs, but there you go.
Oh, how annoying.
Working out.
That is annoying.
And thank you to everyone who bought a hat over the weekend. So, yeah, still got
sympathy hats. I've still got a lot of hats.
A lot of hats.
Get your sympathy buys on.
What's better, dude, than a nice fresh tea, a nice warm hat, and a cup of coffee in the morning?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Tea and coffee. You have a tea and a coffee? Oh, a tea. Okay, yeah.
I like it. All right, there you go.
Tea and coffee. Huh?
Very good. Very good.
Not
Very
tea
good. We
or
got
coffee, tea and coffee.
Tea and coffee. It's a tea and coffee break.
Yeah.
I'm hyped, dude. Again, hopefully we haven't banged on about that enough, but the fact that we've finally got a coffee out is the dream.
So good. Been trying for a long
Free-ride
time now.
roast.
Been trying for a long time. Hyped to have it out there.
Yes, for sure.
Dude, I thought, are you up for a lunch and learn this week?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that segment. Yeah, of course. I'd love to
Let's do a lunch.
do some lunch and
I'd
learning.
be up for a lunch and learn, honestly. It's a lunch and learn that I've had written down for a couple of weeks now. And
Okay.
I think it's going to be interesting. I'm going to start the stopwatch. Right.
Oh, you're doing it?
Yeah, well, or you can. Count me in, dog.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. We're at Lunch and Learn University.
No, okay. I wanted to learn about the origins of something I find quite bizarre, the royal family.
Oh, I like it, dude.
Okay,
I
can
like
I tell
it.
you
We're coming up
first?
to that Queen's Jubilee.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So can I say first, I love the Queen and I love the royal family, just as a thing. I don't necessarily like maybe what it represents when I actually think about it, but I like it that it exists. I like it that you have it on the money, on the passport. I like it that you have the crests, the buildings, I like it. You don't like it, do you? Do you like it?
No, I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you. I hate it.
Good.
I
Okay.
hate her. I hate it.
Do you actually? Yeah.
Yeah. One of them's a kiddie fiddler. Let's get into it, though, man. We got. Let's go.
No, dude, do you know what? I do agree, but also, like, I just like that it's there.
Dude, I feel like this could unearth some shit as well when you start looking into royal family.
It's not good. It's not good. The origins are not good, really, are they? I mean, just in general, the thought that there's this like family of pure blood is horrible. Everything about it is horrible for me personally. Really, I like it now as a marketing thing. I like the palaces and stuff, and I like the Queen.
Okay.
I don't actually think individually. I think it's a very difficult job the Queen's got on.
In what way?
Well, like, you don't want to be that old, 300, however many days a year, walking around, shaking people's hands, all of that stuff. It's not a fun existence being in the royal family when you actually think about it.
I'll take that job. If she wants to swap, I'm in.
I don't think you would, though, dude. I don't think you would.
Really?
I think you actually... Yeah, I think when it actually comes to it, I don't think that's fun. You're in a big... You have zero freedom. There's, like, zero you can do. What are you going to do? Okay, so Davey's the Queen. What are you going to do? Tell me.
I mean, it's a fair point, dude. I mean, I feel like, I don't know. It depends. I mean, what are the duties? Like, why does she have to do them?
Let's look.
can still
Actually,
be
this
the
is
Queen
good, yeah. I think this
without
I reckon we're not going to
doing all
even...
that.
I don't think we're going to even
No, we're not even going to scratch the surface.
What duties...
This could be a double header.
Yeah, well, let's do it.
All right, okay. So where are you starting, though, man? Where are you starting on this quest?
Okay, so the actual lunch and learn was going to be the origins of the royal family, because I want to know what on earth made a load of hairless apes decide that one of the families of hairless apes was better than the other families of hairless apes, and why they got to, you know, because obviously the divide it is as shocking as it used to be, but it used to be much more awful between rich and poor, didn't it? Like,
yeah, of course, there's probably a bigger divide.
Yeah, a bigger divide than... I mean, maybe there isn't, but I certainly feel like... Right, let's type it in.
Man, this is a great one. I'm looking forward to getting into this. I've got a little article here.
Have you?
Yeah. Do you want me to give you
Origins
the quick...
of the royal family. That's what I want to... How did the royal family start? Should we do that? Shall I do that one?
Is that the one from the express.co.uk?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, the dream.
Brilliant.
Isn't it crazy Google how we all end up at the same place.
That,
it's almost
that
like
in itself is
it's almost
bad.
like this is the shit they want you to read.
Yeah, it's fucking bad, isn't it? Okay, the royal family has ruled over England and the United Kingdom for generations, handing the crown down through several different families with common ancestry. Creepy. How did the royal family start? Over to you, Davey.
Questions about the origins of today's royal family arguably start in two places. One in 1066 and another in 1917. Quite a big gap there, Ollie. Would you agree?
What? How can we not get a bit more specific than that? Whoa.
Okay, so the current royal family line emerged when the Norman invasion in 1066, when William the Conqueror landed in England. He deposed the monarch at the time, Harold Godwinson dismantling the House of Wessex.
Okay.
Am I reading the same thing as you?
Yeah, you are, but this is not. I want to know about the origins of the very first. I want to know about the first king or whatever. You know, I don't care about. This is sort of. Is this interesting?
Okay. I mean, where does it start? That's the sort of thing. Is this where it started?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Bloody hell! Look at that royal family tree.
Okay, here we go. All right, no, I think it is.
Oh, is it?
His descendants. So when we say his, we're going to go with William the Conqueror. So
okay.
So his descendants passed the crown through a tangled mess of relatives and houses, and it eventually came to James. I don't know how to do these. It's a V and a 1.
James V1.
Do you know what that is?
And 1 in
V1.
1603. He was the last exclusively Scottish king and the first king of Great Britain. James first was the first monarch of England who established the Stuart House, which handed over to the House of Hanover, Queen Victoria's family. So that's German, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is just.
Okay.
I think this is not going into enough detail for me. I think these are just rich people from back then. Are they?
Yeah. It looks like someone conquered it and then they became really rich.
But like,
is that what we're saying?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm being
that family
stupid.
tree below, does that help out a little bit? That image of the family tree where it starts at Prince Albert at 1819.
I just don't understand how. I mean, this is why I think it's a good subject. I just don't understand how we just accept it's just a rich family, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm with you. I want to know how this family got there. Is it Windsor? No.
I just have no idea.
Is
So is it just like back then? Was it just like the highest members of social? You know, was it just like all the rich people gathered together, had parties, and banged each other? What was it?
Okay, so we just did his descendants pass the crown through a tangled mess of relatives and houses, and it eventually came to James blah blah blah, James V1.
Yeah.
James I was the first monarch of England who established the Stuart House, which handed over to the House of Hanover, Queen Victoria's family. The Hanover House then gave birth to the modern royal family through necessity rather than heritage. Okay.
I don't understand
Queen Victoria, so I don't understand that either. So how did the Hanover House give birth to the royal family? But we can Google that, can't we?
We can.
How did...
Like, just what is it? Look at all of these. I wouldn't want to be in the royal family, man. I wouldn't want to be born into just like that much. You can't do it. None of them can do anything.
So it did start out as Germans. So the House of Hanover,
okay,
whose members are known as Hanoverians, is a European royal house of German origin that ruled Hanover, Great Britain and Ireland. So there was Hanover, Great Britain and Ireland. At various times during the 17th to 20th centuries, the house originated in 1635 as a cadet branch of the House of Brunswick-Lüneburg, growing in prestige until Hanover became an electorate in 1692. George I became the first Hanoverian monarch of Great Britain and Ireland. So he was German, but he became a monarch of Great Britain and Ireland in 1714. At Queen Victoria's death in 1901, the throne of the United Kingdom passed to her eldest son, Edward V11, a member of the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. The last reigning members of the house lost the Duchy of Brunswick in 1918. Right, okay.
But like,
so it started
like, just what is any of it? Are they just landowners? So they own land. So they're just rich people. Like, what did they say? We don't even know what they sold. They could have been sell. I don't know what. If you're rich, you sold something, right? This sounds a lot like a poor person saying it, but in my head, if you're rich, you've either been given money by someone who sold something, or you've sold something yourself, because that's how you get money, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay. The Hanoverians came to power in difficult circumstances that looked set to undermine the stability of British society. The first of the kings, George I, was only 52nd in line to the throne, but the nearest Protestant according to the Act of Settlement. There you go. Two descendants of James II, 1-1, the deposed Stuart king, such an idiot, threatened to take the throne in 1715 and 1745, and were supported by a number of Jacobites throughout the realm. The term Jacobite is derived from Jacobus, the Latin form of James. Okay, this is super confusing. Dude.
Yeah, I think this might be another one of the lunch and learns where we both end up sounding very stupid. And I don't know if it really concerns me because, quite frankly, maybe I am stupid and I'm happy to be stupid. I'm just glad I'm not in the royal family.
Like you say, it all boils down to someone stealing stuff, stealing land, and then becoming the royal family. They just decided one day that everyone should pay them tax.
Yeah, but did they steal it, or did they make money first? And if so, I'd like to know what they made money on. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I googled. How the Hanoverians made money, but I don't know. It looks like they just did. They just had it.
Okay, let's try and get let's try and what currency would there have been in a bygone era? That there is now we have money, but what back then? What did they have to buy land with? Do you know what I mean? Like, what have they?
Probably cattle, magic beans, gold,
cattle, firearms. Honestly, I think it's good to just look at stuff objectively. Sometimes.
Anywhere with this, have we? At all?
And sometimes that happens, and sometimes that's because it's fishy, and maybe this is one of those times. I'd love to hear, like, actually, maybe we're being dumb, dude. Because obviously, like, if you just looked at, like, let's say the last 20 years, or just our lifetimes, who's made the most money in our lifetimes? Probably like Steve Jobs, I don't know.
Yeah,
Jeff Bezos.
Well, at the moment it's Elon Musk, isn't it?
Elon Musk. Guy. There you go. So if he was in a more lawless time, he'd probably buy a load of land and get some big houses as well. It's no different.
So what Bill Gates is doing is just buying farmland.
It's no different. It isn't actually any different. It's just there's more of us now. It would have been back then. It would have been the world was different then. We were so sparsely populated. All you had to do is have a big gold building, and everyone would fucking do what you say. It's just a weird thought, isn't it? I don't think there's necessarily bad stuff that's gone on, but it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
I mean, it's not good. I don't think you end up in that position being a good person.
But why not? I don't know why not.
It's just not how it works, dude, is it? It's just not how it works. If you want power like that, I guess it's some way you've got to steal it. You've got to plunge people into poverty so that they need you. I guess there's all that sort of stuff. You've got to...
or you have to have people working for you. And, you have to have... If you're making a load of money, you have to...
I find this really interesting.
I do.
Because there's no clear path as to how we've got these people. These people that are now sat in a big house.
Yeah.
With their faces on everything. Like, I want to know how... I want to continue with this. I'd love to hear from people.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
How do we get there? And how much longer have we got to keep looking?
I don't know. Did I do the stopwatch or did you?
You did. No, you didn't.
I thought you did. Sorry, mate.
It's all right.
It is interesting.
It's all good.
I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear what our listeners' thoughts are.
Even from our very, very average research there now, it is all German tied.
Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it?
It's all starts at Germany, and that family tree thing's interesting when you look at the royal family tree.
Yeah.
It looks like it starts with Prince Albert and Queen Victoria.
Yeah. So now the back then the royal family had weight in governing the country. So they had weight in Parliament. They had, they created laws and they passed laws and they actually had input in the running of the country. Whereas now they don't. That's not really it. They're more in sort of like marketing and tourism now, aren't they? The royal family, I would say, yeah.
But the thing is, dude, they have exorbitant amounts of money, and that's the thing that you have.
Let's
people
have a look.
around the UK, Great Britain, whatever, living in poverty, but yet there's these people that have exorbitant amounts of money that is paid by taxes.
Yeah.
And I'm no economist, but honestly, and I know this is a touchy subject, but the thing with Prince Andrew is a real cause for concern. Like, what are we doing? So this guy is hanging around with a known paedophile. He then has to pay off a woman.
Oh yeah, dude, he's trash, isn't he? He's trash. He's
£4 million, which is taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
And it's almost like...
But you don't need to lump in Queenie with that.
The carpet.
He's trash. He's just grown up. He's grown up with all of it. He's grown up with... It's never good to grow up like that. It's never going to be good if you know...
No. No, I agree totally, dude. But but it's like just because he's in that position means that he hasn't faced consequences that anyone else
really
would
bad,
face, right?
But power does really corrupt, which is what makes you worry about something like. But I just looked up the royal family wealth, and it's 67.5 billion.
Is that all?
That's their.
Holy shit, dude! Like it's just.
That's the net worth of the royal family and crown estate. Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's fascinating. It is interesting.
It's super interesting, isn't it?
What does 66 billion solve in our country at the moment? Does that go towards the cost of living crisis?
No, but I guess what that is, Davey, is that's like land prices. So it's like all the fucking palaces, all of the land, all the land up north, up in Scotland.
Give it up. Give it up. Get a job. Live in a normal house.
I don't know if it's that simple. I know what you're saying, but like also, why would you give it up?
Because it's pointless. Like, what does it boil down to? Okay, what does it actually boil down to? What are they there for? Is it for tourism? To bring people into London? Because
they're there because they're there. No one asks to be here, do they? They're there because they're there already. So then it's like, I don't know, dude. But like on your argument of give it up, it's like you are also on a scale. So you are also richer than a lot of people. You know what I mean? You have to be careful because then why don't you fucking give? Yeah, but why don't you give it up? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, but I just don't understand what I.
But it's like it's different in a way.
Yeah,
because certain money's worked for.
Yeah.
Certain money's just given to you, and you don't have to do anything for it other than say you own stuff.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It is.
This could go down rabbit holes, and I think we come back to this.
Mate,
this is a good one.
I am completely with you.
Here's what we should do for a lunch and learn, because what we always do is just
fuck it up
and hope for the best. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of research might be quite good, and actually
it would.
Go, right, here's what I've found out.
Yeah, I like that. I like
both sides of this.
Yeah,
I like both sides of it. I like just hitting record and going, let's learn about condoms.
I do, yeah.
But I also like, dude, I've been reading, and this is my 5 minutes of what I've learned about the royal family. What do you think to this?
I like it.
That's what
I like it as well.
Okay.
I mean, I don't feel like we've.
Will we do it?
Normally, no, probably not. Normally, when you type it in, it's probably it's quite good, isn't it? It's quite a good overview. But I think almost like the question. I think almost my question is so oversimplified that it's stupid. I am too stupid, basically, for...
There will be, I bet there's a really good YouTube video there that just goes like, boom, 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 boom. There'll be something, won't there?
Yeah.
And I'd love comments off people. Are we off? Are you pro?
Oh, yeah, I'm completely torn because it's a weird one. I don't like it being... I don't really like most things about it, I guess. I just like it that I got her head on the coin. I wouldn't like it as much if it was like McVitie's or if it was. It just feels like it's part of like the heritage of a country.
Yeah,
we're not the only country that has a royal family, are we?
No, it's not. But there's certain people that have always.
It's so hard, isn't it? It's so hard to work out.
It's like on the latest Rogan thing, they were talking about like Christopher Columbus, and we praised him for years, right? Yeah. Like years, everyone was like, "Oh wow, he did all these amazing things." Nah, he raped him.
He's really bad. Yeah, really bad.
Stole. And at some point, there has to be a cut off of like, okay, enough of this bullshit. But it's not a good person. It wasn't a good person, and Columbus Day should be cancelled. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of that, but it's just I know an example, I guess.
Yeah. Great lunch and learn, though.
Really good. We didn't get anywhere. I hope it's opened up people to thinking about it, though. That's the thing, isn't it? Like, think about it.
That's what I like about it the most. I just like thinking about everything. I think there's it's good to just be just to think about stuff. That sounds really stupid. I do actually spend a lot of time thinking in great detail about pointless shit. I actually do.
That's good.
Yeah, I think
it's good, man. It's good to have an active imagination.
Yeah, just on cross-country rides, like imagining waking up as the Queen. Weird thought.
Yeah, super weird thought. Like, dude, imagine what you...
Let's go and open another fucking health centre.
We've just done that.
That's what it is.
We've just done that through going to Red Bull. And, you come away with this, like, that's not the real world. Imagine what her world's like.
Yeah.
And what those, Harry or whatever.
She'll do 3 of those every day. She'll have to take all the pictures, do all the handshakes. Fucking, it's not fun. It is shit. You can't just, like, not go dressed up. You can't just go out for a drive. You can't go for a ride.
What do you think the Queen's like guilty pleasure is as far as like food goes? Do you think she's got one? Like, do you think she's like, fuck it, Phil, I just want a pot noodle tonight?
I can't imagine, honestly, what... I mean, she doesn't have a hope in hell of being normal. How can she be? She's almost like... if you met Justin Bieber, you'd expect some odd behaviour, wouldn't you?
Yeah, really.
So, like, imagine the Queen. She's this weird old lady that doesn't really...
It's just a different world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's a totally different view of everything from growing up to watching what it is now. It's just a totally different reality.
Yeah.
And that's fascinating.
It is really, isn't it? Super interesting.
I feel like everyone should go through some sort of hardship and stuff like that. And I'm sure she has, but not physically. Do you know what I mean? Emotionally, yeah, hardship. She's lost people, and no doubt. But like,
I almost think it's as hard as anything. I think it's just something you can't get out of that's thrust on you. All of us are on the scale at some point. We're all either like, no one has had the worst life. There's someone who's had it worse. If you know what I mean. So we're all, to be honest, we're probably way higher up. We're probably way near the 90s. Obviously, the Queen's fucking right on 100, but we're probably up on the 90s. There's a whole scale below you. You have no idea what it's like. It's fucked. Crazy to think. Yeah.
I've got a couple of things as well. A couple of listener questions we do. We said we'd have a short episode. There we go. Never works out. I did something quite interesting the other day, which I think I'm just going to throw out there because people love probably that I'm a bit weird sometimes.
Go on, David.
So I'm a bit of a fan of a guy called Cameron Haynes, who was on Joe Rogan's podcast the other day. I like him because he's an ultra runner, and I find him quite a fascinating guy. Cameron is also a hunter, which I don't personally really agree with. I don't really like the hunting talk or anything like that, but I just like his attitude to life. It's just very much a go hard, lift. He's come from nothing, lifts weights. He's just a good dude. So I had this thing in me that I was listening to a podcast he was on. He's done Rogan recently, and he did Jocko Willink's podcast. And I really like Jocko podcasts because they're really sort of like quite deep and sort of like, I don't know what the word is, quite gritty.
Yeah.
And I thought, I don't deserve to listen to these stories without doing something difficult myself. So what I did is I set myself a goal where it sounds insane. The only time I let myself listen to that podcast was when I was working out or riding or doing something. And it was such an interesting game.
Oh, I see what you mean,
It was a 3-hour episode. I think it was 3 hours.
Yeah.
So every time I was like, oh, I really want to listen to that. Cool. You're going to do press-ups for 20 minutes. You're going to run for basically ended up in 2 hours to get a few more, to basically finish it off.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a really interesting way of listening to a podcast. I almost like wanted to honour his like efforts as a human being.
Yeah.
By not just laying on a couch and listening to stories about someone who's done a 240-mile run.
Yeah.
Like, it deserves more than that. And that's kind of what I was thinking, was that's kind of the premise of this, was the ride companion. So can you only listen to this podcast when you're out riding this week? I know you're already into it, but maybe the next episode, choose that one and go, right.
It's a good idea.
Because we've got another challenge that we're going to give people on the next episode. So it's going to link together. So maybe have a think about that. Can you plan a ride which is going to be an hour and a half, 2 hours long? And that's when you listen to this podcast.
Cool idea, like it.
God bless. Okay, you got any watching, listening? Do you want to?
I've got a listening. I don't have a watching this week. I've been too consumed by the Formula One. There we go. Formula One highlights. Watching. Fantastic. Great. My listening is Murder, She Wrote, Shakademus and Pliers.
Come on, dude. Hit her. I'm actually stoked to put that in the playlist.
Unlike most of my suggestions.
Yeah, that I don't put in. No, I do. If they're there, I do. My listening is Joe Wetzel, Fuss and Fight. It's a bit of a jam at the minute, kind of back into the old country music, so there you go. And I've been watching, I don't know if you've seen this show on ITV, I believe it is, called The 1% Club. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't, no.
I think you'll like it. It's a quiz show, and it's basically a series of questions, and it basically boils down to a question that they asked the public, and only 1% of people got it right. So it starts with questions that 100% of people get right. And they're quite like the trick questions, a lot of them. So you've got to really read it and try and figure it out. And then it goes down to like a 90% question, 80%, 60%, and it goes all the way down. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, it
it's
sounds
a good one to sit
yeah.
and watch with your partner. It's a bit of a laugh to see. I've never made it past the 90% question, I don't think. I'm an idiot.
I'm
like
bad.
Straight up
trivia.
idiot. Like,
I'm bad at, yeah.
No, they're not really trivia. That's the cool thing. They're not. It's more like trick questions that you've got to like figure out like a series of words and what they might mean, stuff like that.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's almost like an IQ test.
Okay, again, I think I'm going to be bad, yeah.
Yeah, my IQ's low. Okay.
Okay,
we
wicked.
go.
That's a good suggestion, yeah, I like
The
it.
1% Club. It's a good
Nice one. Nice
Kinda
one,
like it.
dude.
And the guy, is it Lee Mack, comedian who hosts it, is really funny.
Wicked.
Okay. Works.
Davey, dude, I've got a works hydro shot, right?
Yep.
I kind of don't know what I shouldn't be using it for. What do you use yours for?
Mate, how about we cut to a clip and I'll show you all the stuff that I clean around my house with the Works Hydro Shop.
Please.
Okay, folks, quick rundown of some of the things I use the Works Hydro Shop for. Obviously, the supercar. You've got to be gentle, you've got to keep the cars nice and clean, especially around the wheels. You don't want to be blowing things out like bearings. The Works Hydro Shop is the dream. Partner's car. You can also keep the front door clean. You like to keep the windows nice and clean so you can see out. Of course, we've got to keep the bins clean, folks. Stonework, keep that house fresh. Plant pots, of course. Also, other stonework like bricks. Get that moss off. Running shoes, you've got to keep these things fresh. Riding shoes, of course, got to keep those things fresh. No shoes, oi oi. Alright, so how would you like to keep all your stuff as clean as me with your own personal Works Hydro Shop? Just keep an eye on social media on @TheRideCompanion and @WorksUK over the next couple of days to be in with a chance of winning your own Hydro Shop. Or head to works.com to find a list of their own retailers. It's as simple as that. Cheers, Works! Let's do some list of questions. First one. At bst.holt. Is Sam Reynolds the most well-spoken cyclist in the industry? See how I... Okay.
I'm trying to think of someone who's more well-spoken, you know?
Whenever I hear Sam speak, I'm being brutally honest, all I picture is Michael McIntyre. That's it.
Is that so? Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
Always picture, he sounds like Michael McIntyre to me.
There you go.
I don't know if they're the same people in person, I don't know, but that's what he sounds like to me.
He probably is. I can't think of anyone else, you know?
I don't think. Matt Jones is very well spoken, especially on his YouTube channel.
He is, yeah. Sam's is he, especially on his YouTube channel.
Sam's.
To be honest, he's not. He doesn't.
Like phone voice.
Yeah, he's got like phone voice. Yeah, it's not. He doesn't speak quite as. I've never even noticed it. I'll be honest.
Really?
But I do in the videos. Yeah, yeah.
It's so polite.
Yeah, very polite. Very well spoken.
I'd say Sam Reynolds is the most well-spoken
I think he probably
cyclist
is
in the industry.
Let's do a round of applause then. Round of applause,
Okay.
Sam Reynolds. He's the best spoken
Well done, Sam.
in the cycle industry.
Well done, Sam, for not being riff-raff like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Okay, we got at Samuel Kaz. Bike stands. Davey, can you talk through your wall mounting process? Oh, fucking hell. It's a very simple process. You get a drill. You drill a hole into the wall. You then put a roll plug.
Yeah, you got it, Doug.
Roll
You got
plug.
it, Doug.
In. You then screw in a hook. You can buy hooks in packets for usually get like 1,000 for £1 or something. You then get some twine out of the garden. You hook it around the forks and then you hook it over the hook, and that's it. Job done.
Is that how you do it? Yours
Yeah.
is done with twine.
Yeah, it's just string. Yeah, twine.
There you go.
Yeah, it's messy. Yeah, I want a better solution, but at the moment it just keeps everything off the floor.
Good on you. Looks good.
God
Looks
bless.
good, dude. The background looks good.
You've got nice hooks though, right? You've got
Well, they're
you
off
go full
Amazon.
length bike as well.
They're off Amazon and they were £11, my hooks. But I want to look into some of them. I don't want to give them a free advert, but I might give them a free advert. There's one
no
called
free shout outs. We'll do a free shout out.
Should we do a free shout out?
Yeah.
Okay, it's called the Steady Rack because they pivot around, and it means I could like flatten these off and get a bit more room in the room. Mine just hook on the bike. The bike goes 90 degrees to the wall. I want to try some Steady Racks.
Yeah, try Steady Racks, man. We'll hit them up. Steady Racks.
Let's hit them up. See what they're saying.
Let's go. No free shout outs. Free shout out. I just want to do a shout out because I like this. That CA, who, speaking of Sam Reynolds, has just launched a sweet company.
That's
and
right.
It's really fucking cool.
That's right. We need to head
really
people
cool.
over there.
Yeah, please. It was
Snack Dealer.
Snack Dealer. Yeah, so check out Snack Dealer. CA's been a bit of a fan of the show for a minute. And I just love that he's done this. He's gone all in on a business. It's called Snack Dealer.
What's the
Snack Dealer?
I can't find the Instagram.
I can't find it either.
Right, give me. Let's make sure this is a proper one.
Okay, it is Snack Dealer.
It's at
.co.uk.
snackdealer.co.uk. What is it, Davey?
Yeah. It's at snackdealer.co.uk. You can get all your favourite sweets, high quality, tailored snacks direct to your door. And if there's one thing I love about snacks, it's when they come through the letterbox, dude. They are the best kind of snacks.
And these ones fly through the letterbox. I've been testing. I've been product testing for a little while, so I have personal interest in this company. I've been one of their product testers from the start, actually.
Have you?
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
So these snacks come direct through your door into your house, and yeah, there you go.
Head there, make an order, put in any old code. It won't give you a discount, but you will get sweets through your letterbox.
Let's go. Okay, what else we got? Matt Simo 350. If you could remove one thing from mountain biking, what would it be?
One thing from mountain biking. What would it be, dude?
Remove one thing from mountain biking.
Let me think, because there's lots of things that irritate me. Just let me think about them first.
Oh, I just thought of something funny that I did, man. I forgot to tell you. Fuck, it's funny.
What is it?
Let me just tell you.
Yeah.
So, I've got quite a holistic approach to health.
Yeah. Like, you literally
anything.
just smear stuff on your body to try and fix it.
Well, it turns out, and I didn't know I did this, but I only really realised I was doing it the other day, that I have quite a similar approach when it comes to cleaning the house. So I use a lot of bike products to clean our house with, right? Because that's just what you do. So, yeah, I've often done, a bit of chain lube on the door hinges.
Yeah.
That's standard. And a pro tip is the King Good. Actually, there's some here. The King Good citrus degreaser is amazing for cleaning ovens and cleaning hobs and stuff like that.
Is it? Yeah.
It's fucking sick, dude. So what was funny was that I made this concoction to clean our floors. We've got like laminate floor.
Yeah.
So I've got some regular King Good bike cleaner.
Yeah.
This is in a spray bottle because you can't put loads on laminate floors. You only put a bit of spray bottle on. So I've got some fucking hell. So I've got some regular King Good bike cleaner in the bottom of a spray bottle. I've then put a few drops of lavender oil because I wanted it to smell nice, right? And then, because idiot guy goes, but I want it to be kind of shiny, so I sprayed a little bit of silicone shine.
That's insane. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, obviously, you can see where this is going. So I wash the floors, I wipe them all down. The dog comes down the stairs, dude, and he hits the floor. And I felt so bad for him. It was like Bambi on ice, on acid.
What? So he's just.
There's limbs
What are you
going
going to do
everywhere.
about it?
Well, this is where it comes back in. So then you get the citrus degreaser back out to then wipe the floors down.
Yeah, that's what you did. Yeah, and the house.
Now come full
stinks.
circle. Yeah, man. Fucking hell. It was funny though, mate. He was asleep on the bed upstairs. He's come downstairs, trotting down, thinking it's dinner time, and the legs go. Anyway.
Davies, holistic.
So what would I
home care.
remove from mountain biking is silicone spray. Because if it's in my house, I'm using it on something.
That is a good one.
Try sitting down in our house, dude. It's hilarious. Every chair's polished to perfection with silicone
Is it?
shine.
Yeah. Good on you.
Yeah, I go hard, dude.
I'm literally looking around my room trying to think of something that I would remove from mountain biking. Okay.
Bike theft.
Bike. There you go. Bike theft it would be,
theft.
indeed.
Bike theft.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. What else we got? If you could be any Frenchie for a day, who would you be? If you could be any Frenchie for a day, any Frenchie.
Trying to think who my favourite Frenchie is.
Mine's Leo from Leo Lulu.
Oh, nice. Mine... I like Tintin, but he's from Brussels. He has the... My favourite Frenchie rider would have to be Loic Bruni. Yeah, it would be Loic Bruni.
Yeah, it could be any Frenchie. Okay, yeah, Loic Bruni.
Who are you going to be?
I'll be Amory Perron. We'd have a great laugh.
That'd be good.
Okay. Okay. What else we got? Fucking hell.
Yeah, no, probably is my favourite Frenchie, actually, in terms of
It
racing.
sucks to see him get hurt as
Yeah,
well,
it sucks,
man.
yeah. It is annoying, isn't it?
hurt.
Just at this point in the season as well. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
In fact, I've just scrolled up. We got a question from C.A. Greenwood. What's your favourite pick and mix? That's literally that.
Oh, I wish we hadn't done the
really
ad now.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Snackdealer.co.uk.
Snackdealer.co.uk. Okay, what else we got? What's the situation? No, we'll not do that. Okay, we'll not do that.
Oh man, I've been filming for 3 days. You'd think that doesn't sound tiring. It's really tiring, pushing up, going down, pushing up, going down. Because you basically have to repeat your first 2 pedal strokes every run. Because
Right.
and your first 2 pedal strokes you do, so it's like doing gait practice for an entire day. Because I always watch videos of me and I can always see that I'm going slowly because I didn't push up far enough. Because I try and be efficient.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just made a thing of it
you.
on these last 2 shoots to just crank as hard as I can all day. And I did it, but now I'm
Nice.
really tired. So, yeah.
Yeah, I bet. We'll do a couple more.
Yeah, go on.
All right, this is a good one, actually. At Ben Highland MTV. Your dating matchup idea, but reimagined to pair listeners with jobs in the industry.
Oh, that is a
not a bad idea.
fantastic idea. That is.
And the reason I wanted to mention that, actually, Ollie, and why I saw it, is because there is actually a good job going, working with our mutual friend, Adam, who owns Work With Studios, who's looking for someone to basically work on PR and stuff like that for 510 and a few other cool brands.
There we go.
So, there you go. There's your first one. Free.
Brilliant. That's a really cool idea, actually, yeah. So get in touch with us if you've got a... send us your CVs, I guess.
No, let's
How
not
do we
do
do
that.
it then, Davey?
Mate, I've honestly no idea because there are various job boards you can look at, but dude, I don't know. It's such a weird one because jobs in the industry are it seems like quite clicky, and I don't know if that is an actual case. Obviously, working in the industry, you do hear of certain jobs coming up, like, oh, there's this job here. Do you know anyone who might be interested? And it's like one of those things that you're like, yeah, I'll mention it to this guy. I think, one of those. But there are job boards. Bike Biz is a great resource if you're not already on there. The Cycling Industry News, that's a great one if you're not on there.
I also noticed
I don't know.
Sambo is advertising a job. Sam Dale, he's advertising a job at 50 to 1. Yeah, so get in touch with him.
Great job right there.
Yeah.
I mean, we must have got listeners who are interested in the 50
Yeah, there
to
we
1
go.
job. Holy. Yeah.
So maybe contact Work With. Let's find out.
Contact Work With as well. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Work With Studios. That's at Work With Studios.
Well, really?
With your
bringing it home
CVs.
to the homies on this episode, aren't we?
We are, dude. We are. Need to get that money, dude.
Explosive Club. Last one. Why do marshals blow a whistle when racers go past?
Why do marshals...
It's to signal that the track is clear.
Is to signal that a rider is coming, right?
I thought it's to signal I thought the marshal looked up the course, and as they went past, they blew the whistle to say that section was clear. No?
I don't know. I just thought it was to... It's a really good question. It's a really good question. I don't...
As it goes down, the last whistle signifies that the entire course is then clear.
They do it every single rider, though, right? So I think it must just be a audio version of saying someone's coming. Surely.
Do you think?
I don't know. I imagine so, but you've made me think maybe otherwise. Maybe some of our listeners can enlighten us on this. What the marshal whistle is actually for. I love shit like that because you never even think about it until someone writes in a listener question. I think it's saying, "Look out, someone's coming," and you're saying, "Panic not, guys! The rider's just come through here."
Yeah, I think it's saying the track is clear.
Okay.
Now you've got me second guessing, but let's find out.
Let's find out.
It's a great comment below. Let us know on YouTube.
Please help us.
All right, folks. It's been
Please help us.
Please help us. Please, lunch and learn.
Dude,
stuff,
I've enjoyed
and also,
episode 46 of The Ride Companion. Have you enjoyed episode 46 of The Ride
I
Companion?
have. Yeah, let's do a short episode, Ollie. I'm pretty hungry. It's getting late.
Look at us.
Hour and 40 minutes later. We're still here. We're still hustling coffee, folks. So coffee's available over on theridecompanion.co.uk where you can get your coffee. We're going to ship it super cheap in the UK as well. It's going to be either $9.99 or $10.99 a bag. Depends when you get there. Depends if the price has been changed yet.
Buy coffee,
Fresh.
buy hats. If you don't, you're being twats. See you later.
Out.